Right. Okay, very good. Okay, Anna, let me just move on, please.
Okay, so again, here we see that we have both genders, the answers, because it was very similar. And here I asked if benefits can lower absenteeism, and it turned out that 90% of respondents think that benefits can lower absenteeism. And the main reasons for that are often health-related: stress, low workplace spirit, childcare issues, and disengagement. And providing the right benefits, such as medical treatments, creating a family-friendly environment, inclusive and positive environment, can lower this disengagement and prevent absenteeism.
That's right. Very good. Yes, it's a big issue, absenteeism, and when people don't show up to work or call them sick and all these things. Absolutely.
Of course, especially when you have not enough employees, it can be argued that employees would like it more to come to their workspace if they had something to look forward to. So I think it's also important to create this positive environment for them. Okay, we can move on. Here I asked which of these benefits would you like to have at your company? And we can see here, maybe it's a bit small, but the charts below show the preferences of benefits vary between genders, and top picks for female employees were daycare, school facility, wellness programs, gym, grocery store, and remote working. And on second position, we have such benefits like free transportation, free food and drinks, tuition reimbursement, and performance bonuses. And lastly, for females, we have paid vacation, meditation or nap room, or pet-friendly office. And when we look at the male picks for men, it was gym, free food and drinks, performance bonuses, free transportation, and wellness programs. And in second place, men choose daycare, remote working, tuition reimbursement, and medical, meditation, and nap room. And in the last place, men wanted to have grocery store, paid vacation, and pet-friendly office at their companies.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Just let me just stick to the first ones, and then it's oh my God, it's unbelievable. As a male, I'm saying, guys, before shooting at me on this channel, right? When I read, look at these guys. I'm addressing all the men here. Look at these guys. Males are interested in the gym, and look at women. They're interested in daycare and school. Such a huge difference, right? It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes, and I guess, again, this different preferences between male and female can be interpreted as taking care of family and children, as well as the household still mainly are the female responsibilities, whereas men do not worry too much about, daycare, and they would like to have more I guess their own benefits. And another interesting factor that can be concluded from these findings is that German companies are likely to provide free food and drinks, performance bonuses, and gyms than daycare, wellness programs, or grocery stores, since in the question 4, women feel like benefits are harder to access than men do. So we can, connect this.
Anna, why I think this is very telling. I remember when I was reading this research finding of yours, and then I found out it was really, I remember it, okay, now I don't want to change the topic when we talked about ethics per se in general. And that care ethics in the beginning, they're called care ethics, feminist ethics, right? Like Gilligan and other colleagues, they said there are some attributes that we all human beings can learn, as you know, from females. And one of them is caring, that you try to integrate this caring as part of ethics and management ethics and bring it in also dealing with employees, right? So I think the assumption back then was, okay, it was like some decades ago, right? And now they changed feminist ethics to care ethics because it was challenged that caring, it's not gender-based, but males can be caring and some females cannot be caring, the other way around. But you see, your findings again confirm the assumption of Gilligan and other colleagues of us back then that, that females have more caring characteristics compared to male. When I read that, look, 13.6% of males are firstly interested in gym, and then because they want to go to the gym, they're then interested also in gets nutrition, 12.4% in free food and drinks, and then 11.8 in performance bonus is all these, how can I say, ego-centered approach of a human being, first of all, himself. And when I compare that to female, okay, let's say daycare school and then wellness programs and then gym comes. Okay, gym comes for the female on the third place, where it is first place in male. Then it shows me. So our system, at least, hasn't changed that much, has Anna?
Well, like I said, of course, we cannot talk for the whole country based on this questionnaire, but I guess there is also room for improvement, and companies can, better understand maybe, or when they want to ask such questionnaires at the company, and also make it maybe, more gender based, then they also can provide this better benefits also for the female parts, and which will create also a better, environment and more focused employees and overall. So yeah, but I think you're right, the system is improving in many ways, but I guess here Germany still has some place, to improve.
Thank you very much. And what tuition reimbursement, can you just explain it? Because I just pick up some words because I assume our viewers might not know that. What do you mean?
So I guess in Germany, it's not as common like in the US, but nevertheless, even when I used to, to study, I still have some payments to pay back the government, because they gave me some money for my studies. And I also took out a loan to pay for my studies, because sometimes as a student, you can either work and support yourself, but then you study longer. And if you want to study not as long, then, and you need to support yourself and pay your bills, then, many students take out loans, or in Germany would take a BAföG for those who, who can take BAföG, and also we have to pay BAföG back. So this is basically, some companies offer to pay back your student fees, basically, that you don't have to worry about paying back this anymore. But it's not as common as I guess in the US, because in US, what I know from my friends, companies are more aware about this, because there they also have different, higher numbers of this study expenses.
Of course, that's right. Very interesting. Thank you very much. Let us move, please.
So here we see that employees were asked if they would leave their job for better benefits in another company, and the answers were again similar, that 78.3% of the participants would prefer a company with better benefits, and great benefits can help a company to attract and maintain skilled employees. By providing needed benefits, a company could get the best out of its employees. So here again, we see the importance of perks and benefits for companies, and it becomes clear that even though high salary is more valued, or even valued as or evenly valued as perks and benefits. Perks and benefits play, also a big role in the current employee situation. And we can argue that good perks and benefits are in the long term more valuable to employees than high salary,
Yes.
which, this shows us.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I mean, we need also to answer it this way: if there were no perks and benefits, and even if you got more money, you need then to pay more to cover those things which are covered by perks and benefits by the company. So this is something we should not forget as well. Absolutely, absolutely. I fully understand. Absolutely. I move on to the next one, please.
And the next chart shows how satisfied female and male employees are with their work-life balance. And here again, we see that men as well as women are neither particularly happy nor unhappy with their work-life balance, since 40.6% of female respondents and 42.9% of male respondents rated their current work-life balance with a 3 out of 5. And females tend to be rather unsatisfied, since 34.4 rated 2 out of 5. And men, on the contrary, are slightly more satisfied because we see here 21.4 rated this question 4 out of 5, and 10.7% 5 out of 5. So maintaining work-life balance can be challenging if there is no private time left after work, and providing a flexible hours and remote working can solve such problems and increase employee engagement. And this again shows that a flexible schedule has a positive effects on employees' performance.
Very interesting. Absolutely. Yes, big issue, work-life balance. Okay.
Okay, the next question. So the employees were asked, would you like to have the option of working from home at your company? And here we see that females answered, 100% yes. And with males, again, we have slightly different answers, but both tables show that the majority of female and male respondents would like the option of working from home. And I think nowadays it's also a very important factor, or benefit, as we can call it. Since the times of Corona, everybody's more open to work home, and the companies also understood that it's also possible to to be working from home, and this can also be interpreted as a shift in the mindset in general, that men want to spend more time at home with their families, which makes sense since both genders want to have a better work-life balance.
That's right. Anna, do you think that we are going to go back to office only, or do you think even if pandemic is over completely, we are going to keep this hybrid form of working? I mean, hard to guess, but what is your assumption? What is your guess?
I think, it depends again on the different generations. I would say that the older generation, of course, prefers more to work, in the office and be present, which is fine. But what I see with the younger generation, they like to work, to be more flexible. They like to work from home more. They like also to be able to, to travel somewhere and work on their computer. So I guess I would say maybe when the pandemic is over, it's going to be more, a hybrid work style. However, I can also see it in the future. Let's say, the next generation after me, they would probably not want to work in office at all. So it could be that, that will also completely change, and people will work more from home. However, I don't see that happening for all kinds of works, because there's still some jobs that you cannot work from home, but office jobs are, I guess, more tending to go that way.
It reminds me, I was talking to a friend of mine, and this is, it doesn't get out of my head. One of his friends, his parents,
Mm-hmm.
they're Germans, and they have a villa on Fuerteventura. So
Mm-hmm.
as he's a planning engineer, so he went there during the pandemic and worked there for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Now his company wants him back, right? To come back. And he told me, Manusha, my friend cannot go back to the office anymore because he was delivering, right? He's, staying at the villa of his parents, working there. And I mean, actually, he works very well, right? He delivered everything. And you know that planning engineering, you really have short deadlines and you need to really work hard. But then he has to come back, and then and then he was struggling with it. So and I remember that when you just said, it reminded me of some challenges some people might have, right, regarding this home office or working. But then again, you're right.
I think in the beginning it was a challenge for everyone to work from home because it was something new. And now, like you said, it's the opposite. It's a challenge again to go back and, work in the office. And like I said, I think it's a generation thing also, and we will see how it will develop. But I firmly believe that, the younger generation, you can also see this in the universities, they prefer to stay at home and even have lectures at home already. So
yes,
who knows?
That's right. Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. So the next question was, how many days a week would you like to work from home? And the chart shows the preference here, that the female preference are more consistent than male. 50% of asked female employees would like to work 2 to 3 days from home. 25% would like to work 1 to 2 days from home, and only 12.5% would prefer to work 4 to 5 days from home. And when we see the male chart, it's 28.6% of men would prefer to work 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 days from home, and 17.9% 3 to 4 days from home, and 14.3% 0 to 1, and even 10.7% of men would prefer to work 4 to 5 days from home. So here, I guess it's very different, maybe based again on the generations, on the age, maybe a type of work that a man is involved with. But we can see that male preferences differ much from the female preferences, and in both cases, men gravitate towards the extreme answers, because 10.7% of men would like to stay at home almost the whole week, and 14.3% would prefer to work at the office, or maybe stay just 1 day at home. And an interpretation of these preferences could be that the corporate culture has evolved, and a lot of due to technological development, and employees are now shifting from the traditional style of working to the new remote working concept, as we discussed. And remote working can also only benefit the employees, but also the company, since it helps to save resources such as office space, electricity, facilities. And it also helps the company to attract the best talents and allows the employees to better balance their private life with work. So I guess this subject is going to be also evolving in the next years, and it's going to be interesting how it all going to be in the next years for us.
Absolutely. Very interesting. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so question number 13 was, how satisfied are you with your working hours? And the female chart shows that 34.4% ranked their satisfaction at 3 out of 5, and 34.4% 2 out of 5, and only 25% ranked their satisfaction with their working hours at 4 out of 5. And this information can correlate with the general satisfaction with work-life balance of female employees, as well as the demand for better accessible remote work and flexible hours. And the previous charts showed that men worry less about maybe some, responsibilities at home. And this also reflects on their satisfaction with their working hours. And nevertheless, the companies should pay more attention to the benefits of remote working and flexible hours to keep up and improve on their employee satisfaction engagement.
Excellent.
Yeah, we can, yes, let's move. And question 14 was whether employees think that they could manage their work and be productive in a 5-hour workday. So here I would like to say that I read and also included it in my master thesis, that it was a research in Scandinavian countries that they've made 5 hours workday to see if employees would manage the same amount of work and if it would have any positive impact on their employees. And the results of this research showed that the employees were more motivated and rested, and they could manage all their work in 5 hours workday, and it didn't it didn't do any damages, to their work. So they manage all their work in also this 5 hours. And this is also a potential solution for the work-life balance programs that companies could develop.
5 hours.